Alright folks, this is my last level layer here. Now I'm going to again sprinkle in just a tiny smidge of all the stuff that we've been using. I'm going to put in a tiny bit of salt, a little bit, tiny bit of turmeric, again guys, just bam, tiny bit of ginger. Just a tiny, tiny little sprinkle. I'm going to put even a little bit of baking soda. Okay, just a smidge of baking soda because that's always a good little to alkalize. Okay. Then I'm also going to put in, of course, more DE. I'm going to put DE. I'm going to put my crushed up spices here that I made in a mortar and pestle. And I powdered them up. I've got basil in there, parsley, I've got fennel seeds, and all of it is for prosperity, for attracting riches, and also, of course, pure and wonderful health for us all. So just a tiny sprinkle. See how I'm globbing that kind of in the center around this wire? But you can also sprinkle a little bit around, you know, just a tiny bit. I also have oregano oil that I put in. One little drop. Bam. Just a smidge. That's all you need. I have got Rescue Remedy from the Bach Flower Remedies. One little smidge. I have got, this is Rose Hip. Little sprinkle in there just to help with, you know, keeping us looking young and lovely. I've got some golden flaxseed. Just a tiny, tiny little sprinkle. And, yeah, okay, I also I'm going to also put in, I'm going to put in a little bit of, oh, right here, I didn't know where it was. I'm using some vinegar, and I'm going to spritz some vinegar in there, because vinegar, according to Stefan, is going to help bring the air sylphs around to help eat up those chemtrails. So that's fantastic. And the smell will dissipate. And again, I've had activated charcoal. I sprinkled activated charcoal. You can, you know, if you have any more healing ingredients, you can literally just, you know, take your scissors again and just take little, you know, just a little tiny bit of, take a little bit of reishi that I got out of the forest. I've got a honeycomb that I found on my land, you know, and I'm just literally taking a tiny speck, putting it, globbing it all in the center by this wire. Okay, I have, again, some quartz crystal, little sprinkle. I've got I'm putting a little sprinkle of carnelian. Carnelian's very protective. I am putting in, again, you guys, the, you know, amethyst as well. And of course everything touching each other, just like that, a little bit. And remember, it's honestly, it's enough. If you just a sprinkle is all you guys need. Tiny little piece of pine cone that I got from my land to go in there. This rock is from Australia. I got it as a gift. And I'm just like literally just tapping off some dust in there. Now I'm creating a feedback loop to Australia, to a beach in Australia. Isn't that amazing? I'm excited. And I've got, again, different, this is a different kind of quartz that I want to put in. I've got my activated carbon, charcoal, a little sprinkle. I've got that beautiful healing stuff that I put in earlier. Okay, so now what I need to do is oh yeah, here's that stuff, that little bit of that. There we go. That's that healing capsule that I had full of stuff that I'll write about and put up what I have in there. Now, okay, you guys, this is a terminated quartz that I've got the graphene on the end. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to anchor it where the point is going to face down into, so the energy is going to create a loop. It's going to rise and piezoelectric it's going to get squeezed by the cement. Piezoelectric field is going to be created, and then it's just going to go back down and just create this huge energy field coming up. So basically I'm going to anchor it again, right touching the copper wire, basically leaning against there. I'm going to rub the rest of the graphene back onto there. I also rubbed a little bit of coconut oil that has THC and CBD in it, and it's like for, of course, healing inflammation and for massage and stuff like that. So I've got some of that also anchored in here on rubbed on this. Okay, so I've got my beautiful crystal down in there again. I've got my my magnets that are stuck onto my onto my scissors because they're so strong. See, I got to pull that off and get all that out. So here is a magnetic strip that I'm putting, just anchoring right beside my crystal. Then I've got this other magnet, and it is anchoring on the other side, touching the crystal and just leaning against this copper wire if possible. Again, I'm just sliding these apart. All this is magnetite and stuff that has been caught from just my ground, you know. So now I've got this one. Woo! There we go. Oh, see, there again, you guys. Whoa, all three of them snap together. That's fine. I shall not be defeated. Just make sure I take that apart, anchor it in. There we go. Okay. Okay, and so my wire and all of the crystals touching inside, all of the crystals I've poured on top. And again, you guys, I've got a little bit of selenite, which is a master crystal, and it will cleanse everything. And so does the amethyst, and so does the amethyst will cleanse the quartz. But I just chose again to put selenite, crushed up selenite, just a tiny little sprinkle, because of its healing properties and cleansing properties of keeping everything clean. Oh, that was in between the magnets, so that's not going to stay in there. So that's all the good healing ingredients. So now, you guys, what I'm going to do is I am going to pack full. Actually, I can start doing that now. I've got this now for my last layer. Look at this, you guys. Isn't this awesome? Look at, I've got all these huge pieces of metal now. I'm just going to start to kind of press into the wet cement all around here. Great big hunks. Copper tensor rings that didn't quite work out. And so we cut them up, and we're going to use this in here. I also have a whole bunch more stuff that I'm going to pour on top and chunk up, and I'm going to put more copper netting in here. I'm going to put probably a couple more broken up pieces of this steel wool for big chunkier pieces in here. And yeah, so I'll let you guys know, and I'm going to mix my last pour to fill up, and that will be done. All right, guys, see you later. Happy bubbling!